What's up, everyone? It's Savage Tiger. Yeah, I know my recap video for the LSU 2022 spring game is like basically a week late, you know, or 6 days I should say, because I posted my preview video last Friday, which is a week, which is like 1 week ago, and I was gonna do my recap Saturday night after the game, but never got around to it. This whole week I've been busy, you know, life gets in the way. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly do a recap of the game, what I thought about it, what I saw, the good things I saw, maybe some stuff we need to work on, just basically to give us an idea so far where we are as a team under a brand new coaching staff. So I'm gonna go basically do a quick overview by every single position group on the team. So we're gonna start with the quarterbacks. I thought the quarterbacks did a great job. I mean, their stats don't look great because we basically, all 4 of our quarterbacks got an even number of reps. So I'm gonna talk about each one. Miles Brennan, the starter, our projected starter, is gonna be a 6th-year senior this year. I thought he looked good, and you know, every one of our quarterbacks threw a touchdown, as I should mention, and nobody threw an interception. Nobody fumbled. I mean, how do you really fumble if you can't even be tackled or anything in the spring game? Quarterbacks are not live, so yeah. But most importantly, they did not turn it over. Miles Brennan played good, threw a touchdown pass. And I think his accuracy is really good, especially on the deep ball. Threw a nice one to Jayden Daniels, one of our star receivers. Going to be like a 5th-year senior, probably. Yeah, 5th-year senior receiver. Big impact for us. I hope he gets his chance to play, because you know he's had some bad luck, injuries and some more bad luck on his part. But you know, Brian Kelly has a responsibility to the team, and he's got this competition. He said the quarterback competition is far from over, especially after the spring game. They all played pretty good. If anything, he said it made it even more intense, the competition. So this will be basically it's going to be down to the wire, this quarterback competition. And I believe Brian Kelly makes the right decision because he's a smart coach, and he will pick the guy that's going to give us the best chance to win. That's what's important, is winning the football games. Always the most important thing if you want to win a national championship. And he's also open at using 2 quarterbacks at some point if we need to. But I can get into that some other time when I think about it, if it ever comes up. But as of now, assuming we're only playing one main starting quarterback, we'll have to see who it is. But Miles Brennan played good. Jayden Daniels, the transfer from Arizona State, he impressed me too. He's got a little bit to work on in his passing game, like especially the intermediate passing game, like those 10-yard, 15-yard or less, you know, those throws. He's got to work on a little bit, especially throwing on the move. It's difficult for him to be accurate because he's much more of a mobile quarterback. But he did show some good runs. Even, you know, quarterbacks are not going to be tackled in the spring game, but he broke some quarterback keepers and some scrambles. He scrambled a lot, which is keeping the play alive, which was good, you know. know, because you want a quarterback to know when the pressure's coming and escape from it. And he does a good job generating that. He had a rushing touchdown on a quarterback keeper for like 3 yards, and then he threw like 1 or 2 touchdowns. I forget how many, either 1 or 2 touchdowns. But I remember one he threw, which was a very nice throw to like a 25-yard pass over the shoulder to one of our tight ends, Jack Bitch. And it was nice. He has a chance to be good if he can get developed, and if he can continue to work at what he needs to work on. You know, he could also, I saw on the quarterback runs he had, where he ran for like he had like a 30-yard run, and it could have been more because he was just touched. And I don't think that, man, if in a real live game, I don't think that guy was going to tackle him. The one that just touched him, you know, to call it dead, to call the play dead, and he would have had a lot more if it was a real game. So that maybe could have gone for a touchdown. Who knows? But that was my assessment on him. Garrett Nutsmeyer, the true fresh, the gonna be a sophomore. I was always high on this kid when we got him. He, in my opinion, and a lot of LSU fans also think this, making the observation that I think he might have had the best day, and he has, if you had to pick a starter after the spring game, he would be the starter. My goodness, he's gotten better. He's really developed well in the last year. Threw some nice balls. He threw a nice pass to Malik Neighbors, who, I mean, it maybe should have been thrown, but, and then Malik Neighbors is our receiver, who's a stud. And I'll talk about it when I get to the receiving group. Stud. He will. I think it was a nice throw, and you know, he got a lot better. Last spring game, when he was straight out of high school, hasn't played a college game, he threw like 3 interceptions to our defense. I thought this was overall a balanced spring game, and I'll get to that in the end. But and then our freshman quarterback, 5-star recruit Walker Howard from Lafayette, Louisiana. He also threw a touchdown pass, and he made some good for a freshman that hasn't played any. I thought he was real comfortable in the offense, and he was making good throws like slants, and you know, whatever throw he needed to make, he was making it. You know, he's probably got some stuff to work on, you know, overthrowing some of them, but you know, he's a freshman, and for a freshman, I thought he played great. Definitely can be useful in like maybe next year or the year after, but we will see. Maybe all our quarterbacks get to play this year. That's what I'm hoping for. And that's enough about the quarterbacks. But I had to talk about that because we had a four-way race at quarterback, and it could go either way. Next, let's talk about the running backs. The running backs, my goodness, I thought they had the best day overall. As a position group, they ran hard every snap. They were patient, finding the holes, and really just doing what they could. And I thought the ones that stood out for me the most are Armani Goodwin and Josh Williams, a walk-on running back that we had since 2020. He is not bad for a last option, and he can be, you know, I think that's one of our deepest positions going into 2022. Basically, arguably could be our deepest position this year is the running back position. Last year we were horrible. We could not run the ball. Last year's spring game, we didn't run the fucking ball. My goodness, it was frustrating. This year I was impressed by the running backs. I was like, what am I watching here? It's been a little while since I saw such running like that at LSU. Like they ran with purpose. And I believe John Emery, who was ineligible for academic issues all of last year, former 5-star recruit in 2019, he had some good runs, but they gave a lot more touches to the other running backs. Then let's not forget we got Noah Kane, a highly rated 4-star recruit, could have almost been a 5-star recruit in 2018. Went to Penn State, had injuries, but we transferred over here, but he won't be here till summer. So, and it's gonna be great, man. I'm telling you. I'm really loving the running back group. And Kavontre Bradford from right here near Dallas, you know, where I grew up, was with us in 2020, and when he played, I thought he ran smoothly, and then he transferred to Oklahoma and found out it was not a good fit, so he came back, and for some reason he got back here last summer, right before the 2021 season started, and was ineligible or something. I don't know why he never played, because the man is good. I always said he was good. Like, I was disappointed when we lost him in the transfer portal, but then when he came back, I was excited. I was ready for this. And it was exciting, man. Yeah, I'm excited to watch our running backs. They looked really, really good. The receivers and tight ends, I believe our tight ends are developing well. Nick Storrs and Cole Taylor were great catching the football. Some blocking, I saw they did good. And the receivers, as far as the receivers, wide receiver 1 is Malik Neighbors. Man, the man's a stud. What can you say about him? Yeah, and Jeray Jenkins had a good day. You know, I didn't see many of our receivers play, but Keishon Butte, the one who's probably going to be a Heisman contender and definitely a contender for the Biletnikoff Award this year. He was not able to play in the spring game, but he's almost, I think, fully recovered from his injury that basically cost him the season last year. But I believe our receiving core, once we get fully healthy, we're going to be really deep. I thought as a group we're going to be fine at the receiving position. Got not much to worry about at all. The offensive line, first half struggled, but man, the second half I did not see any pressure from the defense. And I think the offensive line is really coming together a little bit. And that is Brian Kelly's specialty. He is a man who believes you win in the trenches. Basically how in the SEC you win games. In the offense and defensive line. Basically building up the front first. That is the way you do it. We had offensive line problems for almost a decade. And yet we're still very good as a team. That was the only thing keeping us from winning multiple more championships, I think. And any LSU fan could agree with that. And I thought, based on what I saw in the spring game, I mean, it's not a good indicator normally, but we will see. And I'm excited to see them develop. I hope we're going to be much better on the offensive line than we've been. Hopefully get back to that 2019 status on the offensive line. We're pretty good. Now let's get to the defense. There's only like 3 position groups on the defense, so I'll go through them quickly. It'll take me less time. The defensive line is going to be ferocious. I mean, I know they didn't generate much in the second half of the game, but in the first half, they were just tearing it up, man. Mason Smith is a star in the making, I'm telling you. 5-star recruit from Houma, Louisiana. Big man, impact player. I thought we have Jaquelin Roy and Jacoby and Guillory. We have, and then B.J. Ojolari, edge rusher. And Ali Gay, a defensive end. It is going to be a nasty line if we can just play together. We're going to get a lot of sacks. We're going to pressure. We need to just pressure the quarterbacks, man. That's what we do here. Linebackers, I believe that group is going to be deep. I know our defense struggled to contain the run, but we have like freshman studs that haven't probably arrived yet, including that five-star we just signed this year, Harold Perkins, who flipped to us from Texas A&M. Looking forward to the linebackers. We're going to be deep in linebackers too, but we just need to we have a little bit to work on, but not too much. Just come together as a team. Basically, everybody needs to be on the same page, which I thought for the most part they was. The team is really getting together. It was much better than 2021. I'm seeing the improvement and the early impact that Brian Kelly has made in his little time that he's been here so far. I hope that translates to us having a great year. And I'm gonna say it. Now moving on to the secondary. This is the first year that I've ever, as an LSU fan, say I have unknowns about the secondary. I don't know what to think, and I might be a little bit concerned because we've been DBU for a decade, since 2010. All right, and every year I've always had nothing bad to say at all about the secondary. I've always thought it was going to be the best in the nation, and it basically has most years, arguably. If it's arguably top 5 in the nation every year, if not the best. And there's been a couple years where we clearly had the best, and there was no debate. This year, man, Corey Raymond left us to go be the secondary coach at Florida, and you know, it's devastating because Florida is a rival team of LSU's, and they've been basically having the battle of DBU with us, but it's alright. I mean, it was gonna happen eventually. I mean, you know what? It's a brand new staff. I don't think he left because he wanted to. I think Brian Kelly and he's putting his own process, his own players, his own coaches. I mean, I think just Raymond had to go because I don't think it was the right fit for Brian Kelly's process. But I believe we can still be good in the secondary. I thought some of our guys, we got some flags that pass interferences, especially by a transfer from Louisiana Lafayette, Mekhi Gardner. And I thought Jared Bernard, from a transfer from Oklahoma State, played well. And we also got a transfer from Ohio State, Seven Banks, but he did not play in the spring game because he'll be coming a bit later. But you know what? I'm all right with that. Kickers look good as far as special team. Made every field goal and every extra point. Clean snaps on everything. Doing good. Punters look pretty good. And I just think we're gonna be, overall as a team, we're looking pretty good so far, and we have a lot that we can still definitely get better at. And I just hope the final product that is ready for 2022 is going to be great and give us the best chance to compete for what we want. As far as that is all I have for thoughts on the spring game. I believe the game was very balanced. Defense dominated the first half, and offense dominated the second half, which is what I wanted to see, and it played out basically exactly that way. Both sides making plays. But that's it. I'll come at you again. Make another video whenever I have something interesting to talk about. But for now, go Tigers. You know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Only if you feel like it. You don't have to if you don't feel like it. And yeah, I'll be back here whenever I decide I should. Have a good night.